Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from SimpleProgrammer.com. So, got a video that I'm going to record today about the process, but not really, okay? So, I got this question from Stephanie, and she says, for someone who is all about process, what are your thoughts about having someone like Elon Musk saying, I don't believe in process? In fact, when I interview a potential employee and he or she says, it's all about the process, I see that as a bad sign. So I'm sort of going to answer this question and sort of not. I've read Elon Musk's, or the biography about Elon Musk. You can check that out here. I did a book review on that. I actually need to start reading some more books. I haven't been keeping up on my reading because I've been learning Italian a lot of time during my run. But so the question, like I said, I've heard a lot about Elon Musk. I'm pretty familiar with his life and his story, but I never heard him say this about the process. I don't have my Trust the Process shirt on. I really should have it for this video, but I want to talk about something that I think is pretty important, which sort of supersedes this question of what do I think about the process and what do I think about someone not believing in process, which is the fact that multiple people can share completely different or have completely different opinions on things, completely different ways of doing things and theories, and still both be extremely successful. And you see this a ton in the fitness industry. If you've been in the fitness industry, if you've ever listened to people giving advice in the fitness industry, you will find that people give exactly opposite advice, pretty much opposite advice, yet they both achieve phenomenal results. Yet if you follow either of their advice to the T, you can probably get phenomenal results as well. And you'll see this a lot of times. You'll see this in sports where people have completely different techniques that seem to be counterproductive or antagonistic to each other. You'll find this in business, right? You'll find people that have business strategies that are completely opposite. So you could take people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs, right? Who are basically dictatorial, very unfriendly people to their employees, and who care about only the customer, really, or are achieving their objective, who have these reality distortion fields, who work ridiculous amounts of hours and force other people to work ridiculous amounts of hours, basically tyrants within their company, who are extremely successful, right? And then you can take someone who's maybe the opposite. So maybe CEOs like, I don't remember the names now, but because they're not quite as famous. But like a company like Zappos, or, I've definitely dealt with those companies. I think you hear more about the other side of it, but there's a lot of companies that are extremely successful where they take care of their employees, where they put customer service first, right? Where they have the opposite viewpoint, totally opposite viewpoint, okay? Same thing with investment strategies, but you can take investment advice from people who invest. Berkshire Hathaway. All right, Warren Buffett. You can take people who invest like Warren Buffett, okay, and then you've got people who invest in, hedge funds managers who completely take a risky, very calculated optionality type of bets in the market and do just as well, right? Or perform well as well, right? They're completely opposite strategies, completely opposite, right? So my point is this, right? And I want to say one more thing though before I get to my big point, which is that as far as process goes, right, another opposite. If you want to hear someone who's really big on the process like me, you can read Scott Adams' book, which is How to Fail at Anything and Still Win Big. He's the guy that makes the Dilbert cartoons. I think I did a review on it. You can check that out here. But he's really big into the process as well. So you're going to see it on both sides, right? You're going to see ultra successful people. Obviously, I can't compare myself to an Elon Musk, but obviously you're here watching my videos and not his videos. So I'm going to tell you what I think, right? But I will say this again. Following what Elon Musk says, he's probably right to some degree. Process doesn't matter. He doesn't give a fuck about process. That's fine. And he can run and operate that way, but he's got something else that he's doing. He's got some other system. He's doing something else besides process that is helping him to achieve those results, right? I'm using process. There's a lot of people that use process it's not necessarily the techniques. It's that there's multiple ways, there's multiple answers that will get you to that final destination. And it's really hard to believe, right? It's really hard, I think, as people, we're very split. We want to find dichotomies. We want to find this is right and this is wrong. We do this a lot of times, especially in religion, right? A lot of times I think it's very much, we have religion causes so much disruption between people or division between people because we have to like wholly say that this is right and this is wrong, and we have to be very firm on our stances, and there can't be any in-betweens. And I get that mindset. I totally get it, but it's not always helpful, right? The same thing with politics, with left and right, and sometimes these things are very destructive, right? Again, you could look at politics and you could say that probably a lot of what you consider conservative policies could create some success. Those could be successful, but the same thing could be said for maybe leftists or liberal policies, that those could be successful as well, right? It's not that, again, it's like there's multiple ways to bake a cake. Okay, there's multiple kinds of cake, right? You might not like the particular cake that you're going to get if you use these particular ingredients, but you can't say that, oh no, you can't ever put chocolate in cake, or you can't ever put vanilla in cake because you make a chocolate cake and they make a vanilla cake. That doesn't make sense. But again, with ideologies, we tend to be very much of the mindset that there's only one way and there's one right way. But that's not true, right? You can look at it and you can be on your team and you can say, hey, we do well on our team and everyone else sucks. But that's not really true, because you're going to find people, you're going to find contradictions, you're going to find people that believe the exact opposite of what you do the exact opposite of what you think is sound and practical advice, and are going to succeed just as well, if not better than you. So there you have it. But where do you go from this? I think this is, it's important to think about. What's important is this. It's not that you have the right system. It's not that you have the right set of principles or ideologies, right? You could say, screw the process, but that's fine. If you're not going to follow the process, if you're not going to trust the process, if you're not going to listen to that, then you better have something else, right? Then you better be emulating something else. So what is Elon Musk doing? I don't know. If he's not believing in process, if he's got some other system, some other ideology that he's using, then if you adhere to that, you can probably be successful as well. Obviously, he's being successful by doing that. It's not just a fluke, but he's being consistent with his own ideology and beliefs. What I think is more destructive, or most destructive, is when you're constantly flip-flopping, when you don't have a clear and definite direction and purpose, and you're not following whatever rules that you set, right, or whatever system that you're trying to follow. Again, I'll draw from the fitness and the diet industry, because there's so much of that, right? I've been on every single diet that there is, pretty much, right? I've tried all kinds of fitness program. I've tried high rep things. I've tried high volume, frequency. I've tried, strength programs and all kinds of things, and in all kinds of diets, all within there. And I have found that if I am consistent, if I am doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm not cheating and I'm following the diet, I get the results, even if it's so different than some other diet. So I don't mean to ramble here, but I think you get the point. The point is really this, is just that you can have different paths that can both get, ironically, to the same destination, even though they seem like completely different paths. So what's more important than arguing about the path is that you pick a path and you stick with that path, right? It doesn't mean that you can do whatever the fuck that you want and that you're going to get results no matter what, but it just means that there are ways to get results that are completely opposite. And if you see someone, I mean, this is the thing, okay? If you see someone getting results, okay, you can model them, right? This is something, again, Tony Robbins talks about a lot, about modeling people that are successful if you want to be successful. So you can model them, okay? And you're going to find people that are successful getting results that have totally different techniques, totally different paths, and that's fine. Don't get confused. Just pick who you're going to model, what path that you're going to pick, what ideologies and principles that you're going to follow, and stick to it, right? Stick to the path. Because as soon as you see someone on the path that's where you want to go, the key thing at that point is following that path to get there, okay? It's if you're constantly second guessing yourself, if you're constantly saying, well, Elon Musk says this, or this successful person says this, and you're going back on your path, and you're going down this path a little ways, and then you're going back and you're going down this path a little ways, you're never going to get there. So it's much more important for you to just pick a damn path and just go down that path than to worry about what these people are squabbling about. And ultimately, you're going to have to pick your own path. Ultimately, you're going to have to pick your direction and what logically makes sense to you, what you think is going to work for what you're trying to achieve. But it's always going to require consistency and commitment to get there. I did this video on consistency and commitment. I think I called it like, what is the most important thing in life, or I don't remember exactly. What is this? That wasn't the secret of life. I don't remember. I remember recording the video, but that's pretty much it. All right. Hopefully you get what I'm saying here. And I do like Elon Musk, even though man, that guy he's intense. He's hardcore. He works. He's much harder worker than I am, and I'm a pretty hard worker. All right, if you like this video, click that subscribe button below, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.